Yeah.
Every couple of weeks I have a backyard barbecue. I bring all the neighbors and stuff. It's a dope situation. We do comedy, barbecue, music. It's like a grown folk cookout, but we have comedy. And I use a lot of my comedian friends from the DMV, not the Department of Motor Vehicles. We ain't no comics from there, but the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. Some people don't know that, so let me tell you that. So we always do that. We have great comics in, and it's really fun. I do them about every 6 weeks throughout the summer at my house. We got a closed-in fence so people can't see it. So it's a really private event, sexy, grown folk comedy. My man Joe Claire, since my stage is like a triangle in the corner, he called my house now it's the Triangle now. So that's why I come into the Triangle to see comedy. This next guest, one of my favorite people, man, as a person, man. I've known him for years. When I started doing comedy, I was a young pup, 17 years old. I used to drive around DC and I would see posters. And there was two comics that would always see two posters of hosting a show. This guy or Tommy Davidson. Every time I would see a group coming in town, Anita Baker or whoever, Luther Vandross or a rap concert, these two names are always there. I said, what the hell? I'm gonna do this one day. You know, I have my name up on some boards and some posters. So this guy came through my, we've been friends for 30 years. He came to my party last week. I said, man, please come through, man, grace my show. He said, all right, I'll do it, man. He's a legend in comedy, man. You all know him. He's a legend through BET. Y'all might remember him from Rap City. He was the first host on Rap City. That's right, the first host before everyone else, before Tega, before Joe Claire, before everyone else. He was the first one. He's known as the mayor of Rap City. Give it up for the legend, the one and only Mr. Chris Thomas! There he is. Come on, Chris. What's up, homie? What's up, bro? What's up? Man, thank
What's
you for
happening?
coming through.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have a seat, brother. Have a seat. Enjoy yourself. Have a seat.
Yes,
Look
sir.
at you, man. Look at you. You're blinging and thing and
well-
stuff. What's happening, man?
Well, let me explain this.
All
This
right,
was
explain.
given to the honor ring of comedy.
Okay.
And only a few people have this. And I've been in show business for a long time.
Okay.
And guess what? You have too, so you deserve one of these too. I was honored. I was in
Well, who hold on. First of all, who gave you that?
a guy named Chris Hustle.
Okay, Chris Hustle. Fuck you, man. I could have had one, dude. Some bullshit. I've been around DC for a long time. No, but no, I respect it.
I mean, really, you know, it was surprising because I was at the venue in Virginia, and he came and he honored me with this. And
Well, you deserve it, brother.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You a legend in
we
DC
all
comedy.
we all deserve it.
Well, I appreciate that, but no, you deserve. You was one of the first ones in DC. Let's talk about DC, man. Let's just sit
Well,
back.
let
and
me
relax.
say one thing. A friend of mine named Tony Medley, when a couple years ago, he wanted me to be on radio in D.C., so we called Radio 1 and got us. And he's been talking about this podcast and
Oh, sure, okay.
comedy hype forever, man.
That's what he should.
He has, and I mean, guess what? Tony, this is for you, bro. Because, I mean, this is an honor.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. To be on my show or be in Comedy Hype? Which one is it?
Both.
Oh, well, give me mine a little more.
Right, it's the platform. The platform that, just imagine Richard Pryor had this platform.
Sure.
Red Fox.
Sure.
It came along at a good time.
It did. And I'm happy to be on Comedy Hype. They're
Right.
good people, man. First of all, look at you, man. You still look the same, brother. I mean, what you about, 92 now or something?
Yep.
Because I met you at 55, 40
90.
years ago.
92, 4 operations.
Ooh, they say black don't crack.
No, but it will mold.
Wow, okay.
Black don't crack, but it'll mold on your
You know
ass.
some molded people? All right, that's damn, I ain't never heard that. Black don't crack, but it will mold.
It will mold.
Is there somebody we know that's molded? Is somebody somebody that's molded?
Oh, a young lady I met at the strip club, she was a dancer.
Oh, what? She's molded?
Yeah, they had on that black light. When they brought out, they were like, here she is, chocolate chip.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, Lord.
A little bit molded. All right. Some people say you from D.C., but I also heard you from Bowie, Maryland. Now, for those who don't know, Bowie's right on the outskirts of D.C. So, but D.C. and Maryland have a kind of you either from D.C. to D.C. or you from Maryland. And Maryland's a little different. Real quick to tell people, D.C. is kind of a little more hood. When your family hit some money, got some money, you moved to Maryland, where you had grass in a backyard, and your newspapers didn't get stolen. So that was being 100. Fuck, I lived in
Well,
both.
actually, I mean, for real.
Yeah.
I was born in North Carolina.
Oh, was you born in North Carolina?
I was born in Greensboro.
Oh, okay,
But-
okay.
And, I'm like a late 60s baby.
Okay. Late
So,
60s?
Yep. So
I'm a late 60s baby.
well, all right. So
Come on.
So doing all the things that were happening back in the 60s, as soon as I could talk, I said, let's get the hell up out of here.
Damn.
So we moved, we loaded up the truck.
And moved to
D.C.
DC. What part of DC did you move into?
Well, I lived near Howard on T Street.
Oh, okay.
Right around the corner from
Georgia
Howard.
Avenue. Okay, off of Georgia Avenue.
From
Okay.
Howard.
Okay.
But we basically, we are Marylanders.
Oh, okay.
Ocean City.
Ocean City?
Yeah, blue crabs. My father was a chemist.
Was it a chemist? I know a lot of fathers in D.C. that were chemists. Yeah, so yeah, okay, well that'll work too. But I hear that you started out when you was 8 years old. Now you started doing impressions, right? Impressions for like your family. What was it kind of like that Eddie Murphy movie Raw, where you do something in front of everybody in your family? Is that how y'all got down, or how'd you start doing impressions?
Well, I had a wild imagination.
Okay.
I really believed in
right.
Superman.
What?
I actually attempt to fly. I put a towel on around my neck.
Right.
Got on the roof of our house.
Wow.
And I jumped.
Oh, and what happened?
I was airborne for around 1 second.
Okay.
I went down, broke my arm, and I guess the Almighty, he probably saying, this dude got to do something else. He ain't going to save the world. So I'm saving the world through comedy. So I started doing impressions. My first voice was Donald Duck.
Really? Donald Trump? Okay. Wow. Okay. All right then. There it is. You got Chris Thompson, the mayor of Rap City, doing Donald Duck on my show. All right now. All right. I don't understand a fucking word you said.
I said panic room, damn it.
I couldn't hear. That's panic room. Okay. Now you got some chicken stuck in your throat, a duck in your throat. All right, well, there it is. But all right, but I heard you do like over 2,000 impressions.
I do a lot of voices.
2,000 impressions is a lot of people.
Yeah, I do. Don't forget, I'm back in the 70s.
Okay.
So I'm doing the Don Cornelius, welcome to the show, and you are.
Right.
And you are.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
and George
yeah.
Burns. Hello there.
Right.
This is George Burns. Hey, by the way, I feel pretty good, you know.
I don't see too many brothers doing George Burns.
That's that right. A lot of white folks found it amazing.
No, niggas I found it amazing.
A black kid to do white voices.
Yes.
John Wayne, well, get your black ass out of here.
All right, okay. So which one was do you have a favorite impressions? A couple of favorite ones, like one you like to do the most?
Howard Cosell was probably mine. I
remember doing that.
For the Washington Redskins, they used to hire me every week as a teenager.
Okay.
To come down.
You were a teenager at the time?
A teenager.
Wow, okay.
I would go down to the Washington Redskins, and they would have me announce the Redskin of the week. I would go, this is Howard Cosell, of course. Let's talk about the great moments of NFL football. Del Green, right there, the interception. He ran back the 40, the 30, the 20. And now he's the Redskin of the week.
How did you get discovered at that young age to do that voice? Where did they hear your voices at?
Well, I guess like anything, as I said, I had a wild imagination. I guess I would start mimicking people.
No, but where did they hear you from? Did they come to your house? Somebody who hired you to go?
I was in junior high school. I was on the morning announcement.
They
got me on the morning announcements.
Wow. Okay. So let me go back. Okay.
A morning announcement with bad grades.
Well, that's all right. Well, that's why we here. I had bad grades, and I got a show here, so we all together. So let me ask you. Okay, so in DC, so where was your first stage appearance? You know, I know it was a very young age.
High school.
Okay, you went at high school.
Right. We had a thing called Blue and Gold.
Okay. And what high school did you go to?
High Point Senior High School.
You went to High Point?
Beltsville, Maryland.
Oh. Shout out to Beltsville, High Point. I went to Crossland. Okay, it's a vocational school.
We used to whip that ass.
Yeah. Well, y'all had criminals on you. Everybody like 42 years old in y'all school. Okay, shit. Y'all had like ninth term seniors and shit. Okay, that's damn unfair. But no, so you started first in college. I mean, in high school. Okay.
Right.
So and then I saw you around D.C.
Right.
Around 85, 86. I started seeing your posters and so forth because you were doing all the concerts.
Right.
Now you were at places like the Ibex. Remember the Ibex?
That's
Shout out to the Ibex. The Quonset. Huh?
The Quonset.
What else?
Black Tahiti.
You did the Black Tahiti?
I did the Black.
So how old were you when you first started going to those clubs?
17.
Same as me, 17 years old. You were sneaking in.
Well, I had my Peter Dean and Don Brown.
Okay. That was basically
I
managers?
won their talent show at Strayer College when I was 17. I won $1,500.
Nice, nice. And Peter Dean liked you and started
He
taking
said,
you
"Yep,
around?
I'm gonna take you around, bro." And so we was go to the clubs. That was our strategy.
Okay, okay.
Instead of going around to the comedy clubs or
Right.
with a bunch of people, let's go to the clubs when they had the 2 o'clock. Got to take the drinks off the table.
Okay.
Ask the manager, "Can I do some minutes?" And I would just do impressions. I would
Dope.
do. Wolfman Jack was on my first voice. All right, it's old Wolfman Jack, and hey, we're at the Black Tahiti, and here he is next, Mr. Bill Cosby. This is Bill Cosby, and I just want to say that I don't remember.
Wow. That's the now Bill Cosby.
That's the now
Yeah, that's
Bill
Bill Cosby
Cosby.
2021. Okay, that
Well,
was shit.
you seem,
I don't remember.
You seem a little tense, Pierre. Do you want something to relax you?
No, thank you. No. All right, so you started at 17, started doing those
17, right.
clubs. Now, I heard somewhere that you went to New York or got pulled into New York to audition for Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy.
Exactly.
Tell me about that.
I went to.
How did they hear about you? How did they hear about you?
Well, Peter,
Dean,
my manager,
rest in peace.
at the time, he saw in the newspaper or something that they were having auditions for Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
And the day we went, he had appendicitis.
Oh, wow.
He went through all this pain. We drove from D.C. to New York, and that's around about a 4-hour drive. He was bent over, holding his appendix. Didn't know. He thought it was a simple cramp.
Right, sure.
I went in audition for the producers, and they told me this, Pierre. They looked at me and they said, "If we didn't hire this guy named Eddie Murphy, we would have hired you."
Well, hold up. So you had to do different impressions. What do you remember the impressions you were doing? You can just tell me the name of what you did.
All right, well, man, Howard Cosell.
Right,
The
the ones
basic
you did,
that
right.
back then that were
Right.
hot and they were celebrities.
Sure. So
Paul Lynn from Bewitched, remember Bewitched?
Yeah, I remember.
Remember
Paul
Uncle
Lynn.
Arthur?
Yeah, I remember him.
That killed him. I like, roses are red, violets are blue, turn Darren into a choo-choo.
Wow, that's okay. So hold on. So you go and meet him, and it was like in a room. You just did a impersonation standing up. You sat. You did some skits.
I was
What
standing
it?
up. And
Okay.
then they were sitting at the table.
Okay, you just get them started doing impersonation.
And I started doing mine. That's all I had.
And
I
they
had no
told
dope.
you at that time, if we hadn't hired, or we going to hire? What did
If
they
we
say?
hadn't hired this kid named Eddie Murphy, we would have hired you.
Wow.
But I never went back.
Well, why would you go back, nigga? You weren't hired.
Right. Well, it was good enough, but it was kind of crazy that they wouldn't want two black comedians on Saturday Night Live. Remember, they was only one at a time.
Sure.
Now it's a
Garrett
couple.
Morris, then it was Eddie Murphy. Right. Wow,
Chris
you
Rock.
did that. Yeah. I wonder how you would have done on Saturday Night Live. Hey,
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I never been a favor of sketch comedy.
Oh, okay. Well, then, maybe went the right way. Well,
Right.
obviously went the right way. Look how big Eddie Murphy became.
Right.
And you, around that time, you got your thing going with Rap City.
Rap City. Well, I was the first comedian ever to host a rap tour.
Really? What tour
The
was
first.
that?
The Run DMC tour, Tougher Than Leather.
Really?
See, everything with tours came through Russell Simmons, even though there was, what's the name? Curtis Blow,
Okay. Yep.
Sugar Hill Gang.
Right.
But it didn't boom until Def Jam came along.
Okay.
So Chris Rock actually turned down hosting the tour. Chris Rock said he didn't want to do the tour. So they gave me an audition. They came to town to the Marriott Hotel.
Okay.
And I sat there and I had Ron, Jam Master Jay, and DMC cracking up.
Okay.
And they told me to go pack my bags.
Nice.
Now, this was not no club or this was
I know, like
It was arena.
15,000 seaters. Yeah, 15,000 seaters, right.
My job was to stop people from fighting.
Hold on. Okay.
That was my job.
Really?
My job was to keep the
He
kids
was a
interested.
comedian bouncer.
Yeah, so I had an event. So one time I invented like I was a hip hop artist.
Okay.
So I had one of the S1Ws from Public Enemy,
okay.
and he pretended like he was a DJ, and I was come out, I was like, A is for Apple and J is for Jack. Cinnamon toasted. It was humorous.
Right, sure.
But we was rolling.
Like
Cinnamon toasted Apple Jacks. You need a good breakfast, that's a fact. Started off with Apple Jacks. It's cereal. Cereal is cereal. And he was scratching and
Right.
but it held their attention.
Right. So okay. So you were the first one to do that. Let's talk about Rap City for a second, because that became huge. So how'd you get that job to be the host of Rap City?
Well, I was on the game show on BET, and I got a lot of fan mail.
Tell me something good.
Tell me something good.
I was on that show.
That's exactly
what
right.
you got, but I was on that show too. What was that girl name? Julie.
Julie Rogers.
Julie Rogers. Shout out to Julie Rogers. She hosted it. Yes, a lot of comedians did that. So you got a lot of fan mail.
I got a lot of fan mail, and then Bob Johnson.
Okay.
And Jeff Lee, he was the vice president. Bob was the owner. Told me that they were taking me out to California to do a comedy special before Comic View.
Okay.
Robin Harris was the host.
Oh.
And you ought to see how he brought me on though. He was like, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring up the next guy. He's a comedian. He was with the group Public Enemy. Don't believe the hype. In fact, the last time I saw him, he got a standing ovation. Of course, there was no chairs in the place.
That's Robin Harris doing that to you?
That's what Robin Harris did.
And you went up there, and it's packed.
I did 20 minutes, and they left all the 20 minutes on the special. They didn't edit it. They said it was one of the best sets they've ever seen.
And what did it air on? What did it air?
Black Entertainment Television.
Oh, BET? Okay,
yeah, it was called the BET.
Okay. And so then the people from there saw you, wanted you to host rap. How did they know? They knew a comedian.
Well, that was the beginning.
Right.
They knew that I had toured with all the rap groups.
Right.
Now, don't forget me now, I was with NWA.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Okay.
I was with Ice-T.
Was
I was a tour all of that. MC Hammer. I did MC Hammer tour. Me, Guy, Today.
Today, I remember Today.
I'm going to tell you one crazy thing. I was on tour with MC Hammer. We was at the Universal Amphitheater, so the Bloods and the Crips got to fighting.
The Universal Amphitheater is in L.A., big old place, holds about 6,000 people.
And they were fighting.
Hold on, they were fighting in the audience?
The Bloods and the Crips.
Hell no.
And I wasn't scheduled because they didn't send the paperwork.
Okay.
So the manager, the backstage comes and start yelling, "Where is the comedian? Where is the comedian? We've got to stop them from fighting."
What?
I said, "Ma'am, you just said that I couldn't perform, and how in the hell I'm gonna stop a fight?" She said, "You got to say something." I went out on that stage and I yelled, "Who's the bitch in the back with the titties hanging out?"
Hell no.
and believe it, they stopped fighting.
Oh yeah, a titty will stop a fight now.
That's right.
Titty popping out, be like, hell no. And the Crips and Blood stopped.
They stopped.
You saved the life because the titty popped out.
And guess who guess who was my biggest fans after that? Prince.
Hold on, Prince.
He was there. Magic Johnson, James Ingram, all Hollywood was basically there. That was MC Hammer. And they came and they wouldn't let me leave. And then all they kept asking me all night, "What made you say that?"
Right. Wow. Okay, now I heard you tour with Prince.
I did. I did the first.
Was that
in D.C.? Tina Marie caught laryngitis.
Okay.
So they asked me. I was supposed to do 10 minutes.
Right.
Tina Marie couldn't go on, so they asked me, could I do 20 minutes?
Was this Prince with the ass out or
with the ass out?
Oh, you saw the ass out.
The controversy tour.
The early one with the G string and
right.
Hanging. Oh, so you saw his nuts closed up. All right. Okay. You got it.
Flying from the speakers doing splits.
Yikes. With the dun-to-dunts on.
Yeah, he had the little tight, what do they call them? What do they call them?
Leggings?
Leggings?
Wow.
Where you pull up, that was the day.
Yeah. Explain it to that camera, because some women watching that. Was it a good look?
It was Prince. Who gives a damn?
Well, yeah. Wow. So okay. So working with
women love that freaky shit anyway.
Of course they do, but only he can get away with it. We can't do that. Let any brother come to a club with some damn high heel boots on and ass out jeans and a perm. You get your ass kicked up out of the club. I'm like, hell no. Oh, take that to the bedroom like that. All right. So let me ask you. So did you get to do more tours with Prince, or was that the one?
I did a few dates.
Well, how was he? How was he working with him?
It was good.
Was it? Did you get a chance to interact with him? Did he talk to you? Hi.
Well, later on, he would hear me if I was performing. If he was in town, he would come. He would privately come, and they would tell me Prince is out in the audience to see you.
That is dope. I had a friend of mine who was his bodyguard that worked with him, and He told me one time that I think Beyonce was performing, and he pulled a limo up. It was in Madison. No, it's not Madison Square Garden. What's the big one where they play basketball now? Barclays Center. The Barclays Center. He came in, and they said they had to tell everybody don't look at him, no nothing. They opened the doors all the way from the limo all the way through. Got somebody out of a seat, 2 seats or whatever. He came in, sashay, sat down, watched her, and walked right on back out and got in the limo and left. I was like, damn, that's cold-blooded, boy. Did you see any of that kind of stuff? Was he on some? Well, that time was a little different, probably.
Well, the craziest tour that I was on probably was Luther Vandross, his band members and people that he was working from, how they used to talk about him on the tour bus.
What? Behind his back?
They would talk behind
Like
him.
what? Like what would they?
They would come on and they would have like a case of Coke,
Okay.
and everybody would hit.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smooth
Okay.
nose candy.
Okay. It is a different kind of. Okay.
No Snickers.
Wow. No Snickers. Okay. Okay. So you on the bus with them, and they're saying.
And they used to just talk about him. They would say that, and they used to go. They used to call him a turd burglar.
No, sir. No, sir.
Yes, they did.
His band member said to him about him.
It was crazy.
Wow.
Because I would always keep my distance from Luther.
Really?
On the tour.
It was a certain reason why?
Not really.
Okay.
You know, because I used to do a couple gay jokes, and
Right.
they used to always say, well, don't do them on the show and stuff. I said, well, they ain't really bad. The joke was, I wonder what kind of dreams gay people have.
Okay.
You ever heard that?
No.
I said they wake up in the middle of the night and it's Billy D. Williams. Hi, Billy.
Oh, wow.
Are you gonna do me? I'm gonna tear that butt of yours up.
Wow. Okay. And Luther didn't mind that joke.
It's just a joke.
Right, but you know some people.
It's just imagine what. All right, what kind of dreams? I done had a wet dream, so.
Right.
Oh.
Well, you know what? You're right, because we're talking 30 years ago. Now that wouldn't fly.
I know it wouldn't.
They turn everything upside down. It's cancel culture.
Right.
Well, now that was interesting. You went out with people like Stevie Wonder.
Switch.
With Switch. That's my group. That's my group.
Barcades.
Right. Okay.
Cameo.
Really? Wow. How'd you get to do all those tours? How'd you get to do all those
I
tours?
had good managers. Tiger Flower. Remember Tiger Flower?
I didn't remember that group.
Yeah,
a management company.
Not just another concert, but an event.
Right.
So they were the promoters of. They were the first one that took the chance on the Run DMC tour,
Okay.
and they made $25 million off
Wow.
the Run DMC tour.
And
So through all, see, I was there when I was on the Heavy D tour, and I was there when his dancer Trouble T. Roy.
Yeah, I heard. Okay, so look, this is what I heard. This is how I'm gonna tell the story that I heard. You tell me the story that happened. Okay. I heard real quickly that they were like on some rafters between a show, working like messing around, playing with each other, and one fell off. My man Troy,
No.
Troy, fell off the thing. And
No.
he broke. No, that's not how it happened.
No, that's not how it happened.
Now hold on. You were there, or you heard about
I
it?
was the host of the
But
tour.
were you there when it happened? When the accident happened?
I saw him fall.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, who was on tour at the time with you?
Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Okay, Fresh Prince,
Heavy D.
Heavy D, and the boys.
Public Enemy.
Public Enemy. Okay.
EPMD.
EPMD.
I think Salt and Pepper was on the tour too.
Tupac went on the tour?
Yeah, Digital Underground.
Oh, Digital Underground.
Digital Underground was on
I
it
heard
too.
that, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
because they were buddies. Him and Trouble Tree Roy, they was buddies.
Okay. So set the scene. So where were we at with this? Where
So
this happened at? What city?
we were outside on the back of Market Square Arena,
That would be Indianapolis?
Indianapolis.
Okay.
So there's a loading dock. You got to go around the back of the building, and you got to go up this ramp.
Okay.
So they was playing this game. They were throwing this ball, and if you dropped the ball, they hit on you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they kept playing. Then Trouble Tree Roy, he decided he wasn't going to play. So he went. Let's suppose this is the ramp, right?
Okay.
So he's up on the ramp, sitting this way. There's no back support. If you go, you see if I was a little man,
Right.
and I fell from here,
Right.
you can see what kind of damage.
How far was the distance from about 3 stories, 4 stories?
It was over traffic light, because you could see over the traffic light.
Oh, wow. The traffic light's about at least 22 stories, at least 2 stories. So we're talking about 3, 4 stories. Okay.
Right.
40 feet. Ooh, Lord. Okay.
So one of the managers took one of the trash cans with the wheel on it and pushed it down the ramp.
Okay.
It turned towards Trouble T. Roy.
Who was sitting on?
It was sitting on the ramp.
Okay, sitting on the
It
ramp.
was like Final Destination, bro, because he was hurt early that that week he had pulled a chest muscle.
Okay.
So he had to stand in
Oh, wow.
for him. So when he puts the trash can was coming down the ramp. And he lifted his legs up.
To let the trash can go underneath it?
Yeah, and he was gone.
No.
So everybody ran and looked. And we were looking down, and we saw him try to get up. And then he collapsed.
Wow.
So the next minute, we're at the hospital. Tupac is sobbing, bro.
Was crying.
So I mean, hey, brother, it can't get no better with as many tears. He could have filled a cup or a bucket.
Really?
He was crying, and Flavor Flav was, because the doctor said his eyes was wide open.
Oh, T-Roy.
His eyes wide on. His head, he had cracked his skull.
Right. Was he cognizant, or was he just like frozen?
Nothing.
Oh, just eyes was
Gone.
frozen. Wow. Okay.
Still breathing.
Right.
Flavor was walking around. Yo, man, come on, Trouble T-Roy, wake up, man. Come on, man, I'll give you $100.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's something.
So everybody was just trying to say, they said, talk to him.
Right.
Heavy D was out on the curb at the emergency room, and he was like, what am I gonna tell this kid's mom? That's all he kept saying. And that was basically the beginning of the tour, and that was the end of the tour.
Well, damn.
It had just actually really started.
Yeah, I just done a couple of days.
Yeah, we was about to do around about 40 dates.
Wow. What year was this? What was this about?
It was in the
91, 92, something like that. I think about that, right?
it's in around about that time.
Wow,
You know, as you
early
get
90s.
older, you forget the years.
No, I feel you. Wow.
You remember when your babies were born and when child support came. I never
no.
forgot that.
Okay, you won't forget the I feel that. All right, so let me ask you. So there's a lot of crazy stuff that happen on tours like that,
Right.
man. You said I heard you had a little hangout running with my man Will Smith. You know, because I heard y'all had girls and fun and parties and stuff. You know, y'all were young before y'all got married and stuff like that.
Well, Will is basically who helped Rap City evolve.
Okay.
Every night after the tour, me, Will Smith, and DMC and Flavor Flav would always talk.
Nice. Okay.
Nobody else.
Oh, okay.
That
Back at the
was-
hotel or back at the venue? Like where? Like just,
Back at the hotel,
Okay.
this was the boys' club.
okay. Oh, nice.
And we would always sit around and talk. So once I was hosting Rap City, Will kept seeing the teleprompter, and they kept writing some crazy shit. I mean, the teleprompter was like, "What's up, homies and homettes?"
Oh my God.
And Will didn't like that. He was like, we went to a commercial. He was like, "What are y'all doing to Chris?" And they was like, "Excuse me?" I said, "What are you doing to Chris? He knows hip hop.
Right.
He travels with us." So after that, that's when I wasn't gonna say nothing because I had just started.
Sure. You're sure.
I'm not gonna get fired off of no goddamn teleprompter. So they started asking me, "What do you want to do now?" I said, "Well, I don't really want to be on this set. I want to go on location.
Right.
I want to pretend like I'm a James Bond one day. I want to play an optician. I want to pretend like I'm a doctor." So he really helped open up the doors for Rap City and comedy.
Now this is
Don't
after
forget-
y'all, right? But this is
don't-
after y'all toured together, or
That's after we
before you?
toured together.
Right.
But don't forget, comedy, and they already didn't think that hip hop was gonna last.
Right.
But to put comedy and hip hop together,
Right.
I didn't know the impact that people had with Rap City until I traveled. I remember Will.i.am. I remember one day Jamie Foxx had a party, so I'm looking. I know it's Will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas, and he just keeps staring at me.
Okay.
And he was just looking, and people were telling me their stories, like Ruben Stutter. I used to run home and watch you on TV. He said, not really particular to videos, because y'all would show the same videos over, but I want to see what you were going to do today.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it kind of had an impact. You never knew where Rap City, it may not have lasted 20 years. It may have went off the air.
Sure.
But they gave me an opportunity to put comedy with hip hop And I don't know if it'll ever be duplicated again.
It won't be, but I want to hear more about the tours, the fun of the tours. I toured all my life, and I had some wild fun times in touring. Nigga, we talked, you know some fun shit on tour. Now tell me some funny shit. I heard that you tell me Big Daddy Kane and Slick Rick had that was a shootout.
Yeah,
So don't hide
yeah.
that.
One day they pull out guns on each other.
What tour? This was part of that same tour?
One of them.
Okay,
I did several tours.
Okay, why did Big Daddy Kane pull out the gun on Slick Rick?
When I saw the gun, I kind of backed off.
Well, that makes sense. I mean,
I kind of like, I guess they'll figure it out.
Wow.
But I used to have a tour all the time. Me and Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
Me and Jamie used to have a good time. You know, the group Guy. You remember the group Guy? Now that was a crazy group.
Can we tell me something about that tour?
Well, they used to get hotel rooms, 3 hotel rooms apiece.
Oh, hold on. Who got? Oh, each member?
Teddy, Aaron Hall,
Oh yeah, Aaron Hall.
and Crazy Legs.
That nigga. Oh, I don't know who Crazy.
That was his brother, but
okay.
one of
Damien?
the Damon, yeah.
Yeah. Now I get it. 3 rooms.
They used to get 3 rooms everywhere they went. Not 3 rooms for 3 different rooms.
Oh, each one had 3 different rooms.
Where they used to, do that dude with the honeys.
Ooh-wee!
Until one day, and he's a friend, but one day he caught some shit.
Oh yeah.
And the doctor came on the tour bus and looked at all of us and said,
Pill it up.
"Who's been around Aaron?"
Hell.
He had to get a shot at his neck.
Hell, really? Damn. Not the ass? Okay.
No, in his neck.
Oh well. Okay. Well, Aaron even talks about it, boy. He talked about how back in the days.
He was. He was eating out at the diner.
Wow. Okay. Okay. You heard about it.
Got bad food that day.
Really? That's what it was? Eating at the diner, getting bad food. My man Will Smith was freaky. He had some parties. He had some parties.
Can I tell you this?
All right, tell me what you want.
So we was on tour with Run DMC and Will one day. He had these young ladies, Spanish, Latino. They was following the tour
from city to city.
And it was giving everybody some head. Let's get it that right.
Yeah, right.
I'm the only one they didn't give no head.
And why would they give you no head?
Well, they did eventually.
Okay.
Will brought him down to my hotel room.
Sweet.
And he was like, knock, knock, knock. I opened the door. He said, man, I got some young ladies that got some, who's really good with their mouth. I said, what's their rap style? He said, they ain't rappers. So he said, she gonna give you some head, and I'm gonna watch.
Whoa, hold on. Like, look at it while it's happening.
Well, I guess he thought I was a pawn, a porn star.
All right, well, okay.
So I told him he couldn't watch. I said, you can't watch. You can go in the bathroom, and you can count the 3.
What the hell that mean?
And by that time, she should have it in her mouth. And you done caught me. So he would come out and laugh. That's our little story that we always joke about.
That's funny. Yeah, man, when we young, man, I did a lot of wild stuff on the road too, man.
We were young.
Hell yeah, we were young. We do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was what it was. Now, I see Rap City was pretty big, and also MTV Jams was big. I mean, MTV Raps.
Yo MTV Raps.
Yo MTV Raps, right.
Well, the competitive nature of that show and our show is they didn't play all the black hip-hop. We the one who took it to the next level.
Y'all took the real black hip-hop.
Yeah, and Dr. Dre and Fat Five Lover and Dr. Dre and Ed Lover,
right.
They didn't do no comedy. They was just sitting there introducing videos and doing interviews.
Right.
I took it to another level. I actually, one day we had Big Daddy Kane, and they said Big Daddy Kane don't do no talking.
What? Oh, interview.
No interview.
Oh, wow, okay.
So you remember the phones that you used to carry?
Sure.
I had one of them, and I had somebody to call it. And I picked up the phone, and I said, hello? Yeah, he's here. So I had the Big Daddy Kane, and he just bust out laughing, and he opened up.
Right, that is funny. Wow, so you got Big Daddy Kane to do one of the first.
I got him to talk, yeah.
Yeah. I got stories. I don't, I met him one time. Him and his dancers, Scoop and Scrap Lover, whatever. They were at Jim Brown's house playing basketball, and up in the Hollywood Hills, and they were really cool. But yeah, Big Daddy Kane was. Yeah, he cheating on basketball. I think he left-handed. He was a hell of a left-hander, but you better rapper than a ball player.
I don't think tours is ever going to be like the ones that I experienced.
Oh, no.
As I said, I go back to the Barcades and Cameo and Switch, and I mean, it's unbelievable, man.
Right.
But the fun part was riding on the tour buses.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because just the motion of the bus. I mean, me, Bruh Man, and some Mike Blackston, we went on a tour. So every time I wanted to go to sleep, one remote control controls all the TVs.
Oh, okay.
I always put it on the. They already knew who had the remote control because I always put it on the Cartoon Network.
Really?
Just so I could go to sleep.
Well, that worked. But you did a bigger tour there, and I didn't see you on the TV. But the Kings of Comedy.
The Kings of Comedy
now,
was.
You said you was on the first one.
I was on the first one.
Really?
I was a host.
But I didn't see you. Like how long did that last? Like, I mean, how many shows you do?
I did around about 15 dates with the Kings of Comedy. That's legit.
Right, and you didn't do any more because?
I had a buddy, man, who went. Okay, they came to D.C. and he was on the. They gave us a limo for 24 hours for 3 days.
Okay, nice.
And he just kept messing with the limousine driver. I told him, I said, man, leave him alone. I said, man, I'm going to hear about this in the morning. Limousine driver said, no, he didn't do nothing. So Walter Lathan calls me. He said,
who run Kings of Comedy for the producer of it?
He said, what happened? I said, what you mean? I'm like, hey, man, limousine driver said that somebody kept messing with him. I said, yeah, that was my boy. He said, no, it was you.
What?
He
said, blamed you?
He blamed me. He said, because if you hanging out with people like that on such a great production that we have, it was you. And that was kind of the end. And then later on, I end up being through him again, through the P. Diddy's Bad Boys of Comedy. So
he got rid of, so Walter Lathan got you off the tour. I think that's when Guy took over.
Well, it was kind of, because my manager was a promoter too.
Okay.
And I guess he kind of went at like, hell up, man, you know Chris wouldn't do this.
Sure.
He said, well, yo, he messing with somebody that I'm hiring, and his buddy has no reason. If he in a limo, please don't act like you hired a limo. So that was kind of the end of it. I think I did the next year. They came to D.C. and they let me host it.
Okay. But after you did, was that how Guy Toy got the job? Because I remember Guy Toy doing
Well, I think he was kind of. I mean, everybody was up trying to get that job.
Oh, okay. Well, I remember Guy Tory for a while.
Yeah.
And I think Steve Harvey started. Steve Harvey was a tour first, and then he couldn't follow. Let's say.
No, don't tell you what happened.
That's right. He ended it.
Let me tell you what happened. They used to give me 15 minutes.
Okay.
And I took the best of Chris Thomas and I put it on that stage. And by the time I did the fashion show, you see me do the fashion show?
The handicap one?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I do multiple people who bow-legged, one bow-leg, blind person. And by the time I hit that, it was over. The laughter. What people don't understand, the intensity of laughter. It can be Bernie Mac. Every time he used to come out on the Kings of Comedy, I couldn't even listen to his joke because his opening had me rolling.
Okay.
When the music used to play, he was like, cut the music, Chuck.
Right.
Chuck, cut the motherfucking music. Chuck would cut the music. He was like, excuse me, everybody. That's my wife's cousin. I can't seem to shake that motherfucker.
Shit.
And that right there would have me rolling. I'm done. 10 minutes, I'm done. My stomach already worked out.
Okay. Well, damn, there it is. All right. So the Kings of Comedy, you've done a lot of stuff.
Right.
You've toured all over the world, overseas.
Right. I've been overseas.
You've had
to be honest, I'm an American type of guy. I mean, me and Martin Lawrence, Sinbad did the World Jazz Festival.
Okay.
And that didn't turn out too good. And Martin, who was on stage, and he said, how do you say fuck you in Mexican?
Oh, hell no. In Mexican? Okay. Spanish is good too, but all right.
And they had to sneak him out of the country.
Right.
But that was the end of that. He did. He said, how do you say fuck you in Mexican?
Okay. Let me ask you something. So with all the success you had, Chris, now here's a question I want to know. With all the success that you've had, and let me tell you, we looked up to you, we still look up to you in D.C., all the young comics have. Why didn't you ever go to Hollywood? Like, you stayed in D.C. all the time. Did you ever want to go to Hollywood, or why didn't you do the Hollywood move like everyone else did?
Because when I was young, I went to the Comedy Store, and they offered me a contract.
In L.A.?
Yeah, the first time.
Oh, so you did go to L.A.?
Yeah, I went there, and they offered me a contract. Mitzi, she told me, she said, sign this, and you can't leave. I said, oh, yeah? I said, let me walk out the door for a minute. I called my mom. And my mom said, Mom, I just got offered a contract at the famous Comedy Store. She said, be a man, boy. I said, okay, I'm coming home.
Really?
I did. That was my exact words. I'm coming home.
Why did you want to stay?
If you ever been to Los Angeles,
I have.
it's almost like being in a movie.
Okay.
Everybody is an actor.
Right.
And I just wasn't feeling that. I was asked to play Bernie Mac's brother.
On the show?
You can ask Chris Rock because they was doing that movie.
Head of State.
Head of State. Mm-hmm. And he asked me to come over to Baltimore, and he wanted me to play his brother.
Oh, okay.
Jamie Foxx constantly gets on me. He said, "Well, why don't you move to L.A.?"
Yeah.
And he always his thing is, "Well, I live in Tyra, Texas, but I make my money in California."
Okay.
I was asked back in the day I could have did some episodes on the Fresh Prince.
Wow.
I could have did, but Rap City kind of put me in a little historic.
Right. Sure.
And I'm happy with that.
Okay.
You know I mean, look at a lot of those artists. I could be Uncle Bernie's brother,
Right, sure.
but then I may not ever get another role to do anything.
Okay.
You know?
Well, that's true. That's true. Do you have any regrets of things you didn't do, should have done, maybe should have did?
Nope, never will,
Okay.
because I'm still doing it.
Hey, yeah.
I'm still doing it. Life is a never-ending story,
Okay.
and the book ain't closed till you gone,
Damn.
and that's the end of the story.
All right. Well, the book opens up here on Pierre's Panic Room, and it's gonna close in about another 20 minutes. Hopefully it's gonna close down. Shit. But no, man. Look, you a legend at home, man. Well, you're a legend all over, but especially at home, DC. I mean, you are probably the pinnacle DC comedian.
You know what I hate when they say to me?
What?
They call me the mayor of DC.
No, it's Rap City.
Right, they always call
You
me.
think Mayor Bear?
Yeah, that's what they always
Mayor
say.
Bear.
They
The mayor
they
for
consider Marion Barry the mayor of DC, but here I am.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, introduce the mayor of DC. I was like, oh.
No, the mayor of Rap City, though.
So you want me to say that bitch set me up?
No, man, but no. Hey, it's funny. I was on the road with you like a month ago. You still killing it, man. You still funny. I told you, man. I'd be cracking. I'd be in tears. I ain't bullshit. I'll be in tears watching you, man, because you just don't care. I mean, you might care.
No,
I don't know, but
no,
act like you don't care.
I'm gonna just tell everybody. I've been knowing Pierre for a long time. We haven't worked a whole lot together, but we did this tour and we was outdoor event.
Oh my God, so funny.
Outdoor event is one of the hardest. There's no band, just music. But you were so consistent. You rode and you was killing them. He was consistent.
True.
And the one thing about you don't let people rattle you.
No.
Where you walk off stage. And we both have some connection to David Chappelle.
Yep.
Now, I was the first guy to introduce David Chappelle on stage when he was 14.
Oh, okay.
So this is what I said. His mother came to the comedy club. She said, "Young man, can you introduce my son on stage? He's 14. I'm looking at him going, you know what? This kid should be home getting ready to go to school. It's a Sunday damn night.
Right, sure.
It's almost 9 o'clock.
Sure.
I call his mama Mama Damas.
Mama Damas.
Yeah, because she saw the future.
Right, sure.
So I introduced David. I said, ladies and gentlemen, here's a young man that's 14 years old, and you never know, he might be our next biggest star. And that was my intro. And you see what he says about you.
Yeah, he called me great, which
Right.
which makes sense.
Well, accolades from any of your peers and your.
I'm great now, yeah. But you are too. But you a legend, man. You OG legend.
What does legend mean? That's what I want to know.
Nigga.
Y'all expect like I'm gonna die tomorrow.
No, you was the tour. You saw Prince's ass and his ball sack. You beat out. You damn near beat out Eddie Murphy. And you know what I'm saying? You got kicked off of tours. You was on tours. You saw people dying and shit. That's legendary shit.
That's what they call Paul Mooney. You know that motherfucker, right? You know what that motherfucker said.
No, man, but all right.
You know you ain't gonna say that about me, Pierre.
No,
I'm not gonna let you say that.
You a legend. I don't give a damn. So okay, so I heard you have a radio show going out. Talk about the radio show.
I have a TV show in DC. Kind of helped me through the pandemic.
Okay. What's it called?
It's called Comedy Corner Extra.
Comedy Corner Extra in DC.
At night.
At night. Okay, a nice little long title. Okay, Comedy Corner Extra at night with Chris Thomas.
Right.
Okay.
And what it is, just a regular show. Since I know a lot of people, I play their videos and just kind of keep it. I got to get you on the show and then I had a radio show. Okay. Of course, after the pandemic, they want me to start doing it at home, and I was like, hell no.
Right.
And because there was no way I could make money.
Right.
You know, I've done a few things. You know, go-go
Sure,
music.
sure.
Go-go music is the music of in D.C.
Right, sure.
So a lot of people didn't know I was the first comedian ever to do a record with the group EU, the one that did the record.
Doing the butt?
The Butt. I did a record with them too.
Oh, okay, I didn't know
Called
that.
Somebody's Ringing That Doorbell.
Man, and you wonder why they call you a legend? Really?
No,
really?
okay.
Come on with that, man. Look, all right. Well, look, how can people follow you on social media too, man? I want to know that too. I know you on social media.
Chris Thomas Show. I don't really do a lot of, you know, back in the day I had around 60 million people who watched the show for all those years. So
You've been on, let me tell you, you've been on IG sometime. Because we do a thing here called IG creeping. That means I go on your IG page, homie, and I go
I had
look
somebody
at-
running. I don't know what the hell they saying.
Oh, really?
I don't.
All right, so you're trying to tell me you don't remember this picture right here? Hell no.
That was me back in the day.
Well, that's Al B. Shouldn't. Right there. Okay, you shouldn't be doing that. You're not.
Yeah,
doing
that was the profile that
no.
got me Rap City.
And you had the weightlifter charm.
Oh
Come
man,
on,
you ought to
bro.
say I was big and buffed. I used to do 500 push-ups a day.
Is that what you were doing?
I used to.
Yeah. Okay. Push up from your waist on up off a girl don't count. But look at the jacket. The jacket. That's
Oh.
straight up. Chest
Oh, that's
king.
back.
Chest,
People wearing tore up jeans
that,
and
that's
stuff.
true.
But that was, look, they had Carl Payne. Everybody auditioned for Rap City.
Well,
I say that look got me the job.
that's the look right there.
That was the
Boy,
one.
look, you could have been on a Duke hair product box right there. Boy, look at
And you see them lips?
Well, no, I don't want to see that, but I see the shirt. And shit. I see the scratched up. Well, that ain't the only picture because you was hanging with the rappers and you was hanging with some fly folks.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? And you had hell no. What
That's
about
back
this
in
picture?
it. That's
what the
he was around about 18 then.
now he working out. You look like you just have a sweatsuit on. Okay, you like your chest go in, man. You work out at the time?
I was asking what kind of rap should I do on stage. That was one of those concerts. That was one of those Run DMC concerts, the Def Jam concert.
Is that what? Look how,
that was backstage
What
too.
year was that? Like 88 or something? Look how young. Look how young LL
Might have
Cool J
been
is.
64.
64.
Oh, they playing
Good
with.
Lord have mercy.
That was in the 80s.
Wow, man, you are a true legend, brother. You are and see, look all the gold. Look all the gold he got. Look all the gold. And then
And look at my little one. Bing, bing, bong.
that's all good though. But no, man, that's legendary, brother. That is legendary, man. I'm proud to know you, brother. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
you for coming on my show. All right, before you get out, here, we do a little thing on my show. Let me show you. All right. What happens is on my show we do a little thing we call spin the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta spin it, and on the wheel it got some things on there. If it lands on it, you gotta kind of do it. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you. One might land on lost your virginity. You gotta tell us how you lost your virginity.
Okay.
You remember back then? Let's go with celebrity crush. So if you have a crush on a celebrity, what you do is you take your phone and you make a call to that celebrity. You say like, "Hey, Rihanna, what's up?" You got about 2 minutes to get her to come over your house and get you some booty, or you to go to her house to get.
So
some
you want
booty.
me to tell you about that?
Yeah, but you pick the phone. You have to make a phone call to that celebrity if it lands on that. You know, you pick the phone and you say, "Hello, hey Rihanna, what's up, girl?
okay, I'm
What's
gonna
up?" You
pretend.
know, I love. Yes, exactly.
Okay,
How
okay,
you?
there we go.
I want to see your macking skills.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, we have a sexual passage from a book that you got to read. The male version, you got to read the story of it. Who you trade places with? What's your biggest lie? You can probably tell any of the stories you just told me. Repeat them.
Hater.
Yes,
Hater.
right, exactly. That's what I do here. But or your biggest secret, you know, or you spend again, and another book passage. So,
Why you got to pass the money?
huh?
You gonna pass the money?
No, don't worry. We got the money for you too. Got an envelope with some money on it. So you spin it, and wherever it land, you gotta do it. All right. So you spin it yourself. You move
Okay.
over and spin over. Hold on. We'll give you a drum roll. Everybody get a drum roll for you. Hold on, give a drum roll. Spin it hard. Put some little F into it, and let's see where it is. Where it gonna land? Gonna put it. Call the last. No, do it one more time. Yeah, we don't have that.
No, that's it. That's it.
You gonna call back the last person you did, and you had to tell them you want to take them. You want to take
Yeah,
them
I
out to
can
dinner.
call her.
You can.
Yeah.
All right. Call the last person you talked to on the phone, and you want to tell her, you want to take her to get some hot wings,
Yeah.
and you want blue cheese, and tell her what everything you want her to pay for when she takes you out.
Hello? This is I Ain't Long to Get Hard With. You know who that is? What's happening? Yeah, I'm here on the panic room with Pierre. And I'm trying to explain to him about me and you were the last lovers. Are we gonna see each other tonight? No, not tonight. I'm gonna be out of town for the next month. I'll call you when I get back. But I want to take you out to dinner. Gonna get you some wild wings. Okay. What kind of dip do you like? Ranch. All right, we're gonna get you that. We're gonna get you a big size, so you can have that white stuff all over your mouth. And I'm gonna take a picture of you. And you're gonna lay next to me. All right? People are gonna wonder what it is. All right? I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Wow, you're going to have a hard time with her. Give it up for Chris Thomas. Yo, Chris, I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Thank you
so much, man, brother. You are a comedy legend, man. Those of y'all, hey, you can see him on social media, man. Again, I enjoy it. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you.
Y'all heard the stories. You've seen the man, the myth. He's here right now. Follow him on social media. Hey, every week how we do, we have a great guest, man. This is no different, man. I appreciate y'all watching Pierre's Panic Room every week. Tell your friends, share it. The numbers are rising up, so I appreciate y'all watching, y'all. Leave the comments in the message down there in the comments, because we're going to read some of them comments, okay? Again, man, thank y'all so much. Don't forget you can follow me at Comic Pierre on all social media platforms. And like I said, what you're watching right now, man, I appreciate it again, y'all. Love y'all, and I will holler at y'all later. I'm out.